Hi, and welcome to Lesson 5 of Magic the Gathering 101, a video guide for people who want to learn magic. In this video, you'll learn about beginning and ending a game of Magic.
Once you and your opponent are seated, you're going to roll to determine who gets to choose the play or the draw. We recommend rolling a pair of 6-sided dice. The winner of the die roll doesn't have to go first. They get to choose whether they're going to go first or second. This is called choosing the play or the draw. If you choose the play, you'll go first. If you're on the draw, you'll go second. Most of the time, the winner of the die roll chooses to go first.
Next, you're going to shuffle your deck and then present it for your opponent to cut. In casual games of Magic, you can make a simple cut. In competitive games, you're going to pick up your opponent's deck and shuffle it. It's polite to look away from their deck while you're shuffling, and to avoid riffle shuffling so that you don't bend their cards.
After you've cut one another's decks, you're both going to draw your opening hand of 7 cards. Starting with the player who is going first, each player will then choose to either keep or mulligan their opening hand. A mulligan means that you'll shuffle your hand back into your deck, shuffle thoroughly, and present your deck for your opponent to cut again. You're then going to draw a new opening hand, but with 1 fewer card in it. You can take more than 1 mulligan, but each time you're going to have 1 fewer card in your opening hand. Your first mulligan takes you to 6 cards, your second mulligan takes you to 5, and so on.
After players are done resolving mulligans, any player that took a mulligan is going to scry 1. That means you'll look at the top card of your library and choose to either keep it on top or put it on the bottom of your deck. Remember, only players who mulliganed get to scry.
The player who chose to go first then starts their first turn. This first player does not draw a card on their first turn, but they will on all subsequent turns of the game. That's why going first is called being on the play, and going second is called being on the draw. If you go second, you do get to draw a card on your first turn.
So that's how a game begins, but what about how a game ends? A game ends when a player's life total becomes 0. This can happen during combat when they're dealt damage by creatures, or when they're dealt lethal damage by a spell or effect. You also lose a game of Magic if you're supposed to draw a card, but you have no cards left in your library.
1v1 games of Magic are first to 2 wins. If one player racks up 2 wins right away, then you won't play a third game. In games 2 and 3, you'll repeat the shuffling, cutting, and mulliganing steps from game 1, but the person who lost the previous game decides whether they'll be on the play or the draw.
If you lose a match, it's polite to offer a handshake and a good game to your opponent, though you don't have to. And that's beginning and ending a game of Magic.